What's up everyone? In this video I want to share the 25-man heroic first kill of my guild and on a Prot Warrior from Prot Warrior Pov, which is actually the only Prot Warrior Pov of 25-man heroic Sindragosa. At least I haven't found any on YouTube, which is I don't know if you want to brag about that too much, but I think it's really cool for sure. So yeah, we're making history here. However, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the fight, mostly tank related stuff, but also what we did as a guild to min-max and improve our chance to kill the boss. So first up, what you want to do is, as a Prot Warrior, when you're off tanking the first phase, you want to stay in battle stance to deal more damage, and you only go into defensive stance to use shield block. And after you use shield block, you can go to battle stance again and just continue DPS. What you also can do is you can intervene targets that are high on threat to make them drop 10% of that threat. What I did with the hunter here. And you can also swap around vigilance to reduce the threat of individuals as well. You want to use shockwave on cooldown and maximize the uses of your shield slam as well. On the ice tombs, you also always want to use shockwave at the start, and then when you need to free the ice blocks, you can start with a nice cleave and a big shockwave to get actually some decent burst damage. Like I very frequently get killing blows on the ice blocks even though I'm a tank, so I think that's kind of cool. We used resistance flask on pretty much every raid member, other than me, because I have enough resistance in my gear, and I figured that the HP flask would be better. There you see me once again using my intervene to get rid of a little bit of threat and then charge back in. You can also, if you have talented into safeguard, you can also use intervene to reduce the damage taken of the people that get in the ice blocks in P2, and also when she goes into the air, into the flying phase thingy. One thing that is really important is that you have Demo Shout active at all times, an improved version that is, and because you have to stop attack so much on this fight, the Demo Shout effect from the paladins, from your paladins, is not all too reliable, and she hits like a truck, so I would really recommend that you pick up the talents for improved Demo Shout, and so that your shout has a longer duration. I will share the talent build in the comments together with the gear set I used. If you go for the improved Demo Shout version, you can spec into more crit percentage, which is not a DPS increase compared to Impale, but it's a very huge threat increase, because when your spells crit, the flat amount of extra threat that gets added onto your spells will be doubled as well. And therefore, having a lot of crit is really beneficial to your overall threat. So you don't lose a lot of threat with this build. Which is also really good is to have the forset from your tier 10, because it just gives you one little button more that you can press to prevent getting one shot by the breath or anything else. You need, like, the more little panic CDs you have for this fight, the better, because her melees can hit up to 35k damage, which means she can basically 2-tap you at any point if you don't have any CD active, and some CDs are not even enough. For example, my trinket that gives me 5k extra HP isn't enough, because 25 plus 25k is 70k, and I don't get to 70k HP with only this trinket. So you always have to be on your toes, and in the worst case react with it defensive cooldown, even if this means that the cooldown is pretty much wasted for most of the duration. I mean, it's sad, but the first priority is always to survive and to stay alive. If you don't have any cooldowns, you can always ask for externals, and you need to ask for externals when you want to be successful on the Prot Warrior, because Prot Warrior is kinda squishy compared to the other tanks if you don't do that. And also, like, your mitigation is more active than on some of the other tanks, because, for example, Druid pretty much always has some sort of block active because of this one passive, and your paladins and your DKs, they have this talent where they take less damage when they have less HP, and a paladin can even proc and cheat death. So this is like passive mitigation that can save your butt. On a warrior you have none of these things, so you always have to be active and keep track of the cooldowns you have, the cooldowns you need. So P2 starts here. I throw my crystal yield for minus 200 armor on the boss and my shattering throw, and I need to use my second armor pot. Armor pot is pretty vital on this fight. So I start with shield block and then I wait and see what happens. So there I take a big hit, so I use shield wall and yeah, my warlock life gem there to get a little bit of extra health. We also overlap here Angel, Guardian Angel. I don't know if this was really the play, but I survived, and like I said, that's the main goal. Yeah, I get to stack up one more time. Here I could immediately take the boss, but my co-tank has a big CD running, so I make a little swoop around this ice block as well. And then I taunt the boss, I use shield block, and I use last stand because I again dropped pretty low on health and I didn't really feel comfortable with that. And yeah, normally I use last stand here anyways. So here I stop attacking and pretty much only demo shout, because I don't want to unnecessarily parry haste the boss or get unnecessary stacks, because it's, yeah, an unnecessary risk. We have enough threat lead right now, so my co-tank dies 2 times actually. I need to taunt the boss. I immediately call for pain suppression because I have a lot of stacks of Mystic Buffet, and here for this breath I use my macro that activates my shield trinket and my Blood Rage for with the Forset. I get a huge absorb shield here, and we easy survive this one. Here for this taunt I have nothing ready, so I call for Raid Sack and use my shield block together with this. Maybe I could have waited with the shield block, because when this shield block runs out I have pretty much no CDs active, so I stop attack here to take as little damage as possible, and I only use demo shot. You can see that our rogue is using expose on this fight, even though he has a Prot Warrior and even though he doesn't run the glyph for expose. So this is like a huge oopsie from our part, so we need to improve that and talk about that. And yeah, here my shield wall is back up because I used it on the first taunt, which I try to always do if necessary, because yeah, then I have it back for the last couple of percentage to bring home the kill easy and clean. Nobody is dead. Nobody is dead. A rare sight on Sindragosa, I think, heroic. Yeah, this was our first kill and also the first try on this evening, which I think is really cool. Alright, so if you have any questions about Prot Warrior or this fight or anything, you can put that in the comments. I don't think I was able to cover everything that runs through my mind when I'm thinking about this boss. So yeah, maybe there are some open questions. Like I said, just put them in the comments and then I will answer them as fast as possible. And I hope you learned something as always. And until the next one, stay tuned and take care.